Right.
Now I'm going to sing very, very badly, actually, but it's a poem. But yeah, it's called "Beating Hearts." She was a singer in a local band. She had charisma, people eating out of her hand. She said she liked my sense of humor. Oh, and would I like to be her man? Would I like to be her? Would I like to be her? Would I like to be her man? Would I like to be her man? But there were problems. I saw that from the very start. She fed my habit. I said that we would never part, and she would always lie beside me. She would always lie beside me as I listened to a beating heart. Listen to a beating, listen to a beating, listen to a beating heart. Listen to a beating heart. But then she dropped me like a stone in a well. It was outrageous. She made my life a living hell. One day I lost my sense of humor. One day I lost my sense of humor. Ended up inside a prison cell. Up inside a prison, up inside a prison, up inside a prison cell. Up inside a prison cell. Now I'm with jokers in a world where there are only men. They think I'm funny, a funny man with funny tales to tell. They say one day I'll meet my angel. They say one day I'll meet my angel, and I will make a laugh in hell. I will make a laugh. I will make a laugh. I will make a laugh in hell. I will make a laugh in hell. She was my angel. I see her shining like a star. She looks amazing. I said that we would never part. Now she will always lie beside me. She will always lie beside me as she listens to my beating heart. Listens to my beating, listens to my beating, listens to my beating heart. Listen to my beating, listens to my beating, listens to my beating heart. Listens to my beating, listens to my beating, listens to my beating heart. Yeah, okay.
Well done, Jim. Nice.
Yeah, I mean, these sort of things I quite write. There's poems and lyrics. I've sent some of these lyrics off to these songwriting competitions. I think this one is. I don't know if this one's made the final. I had things that got into the finals. You don't get anything from it, any money from it at all, whatsoever. And I've had quite a few actually got made the finals and all that sort of thing. I think if you played your cards right, you might be able to sort of get a bit of A1, sort of AI sort of treatment or something like that. You're really just setting yourself up more for a rip-off than actually earning any money. So one of the reasons why I'm doing this is because it's recorded, and if somebody actually nicks the lyrics, you've got a copy here.
Very good. So we've got two singers in the group. We've got Mohammed and we've got you. So that's good.
No, you've got one singer. You've got one singer. You've got Mohammed, and you've got me pretending to be a singer. This is quite different.
You just missed Jim's performance, Mohammed.
Oh, dearie me.
Listen to my beating heart. She was my baby. Listen to my beating. Listen to my beating.
I'll sing the first. I sing the first two verses again for Mohammed. Yeah.
Yeah,
please do.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's called Beating Hearts. She was a singer in a local band. She had charisma, people eating out of her hand. She said she liked my sense of humor. She said she liked my sense of humor. And would I like to be her man? Would I like to be her? Would I like to be her? Would I like to be her man? Would I like to be her man? One more verse. But there were problems. I saw that from the very start. She fed my habit. I said that we would never part, and she would always lie beside me. She would always lie beside me as I listened to a beating heart. Listen to a beating, listen to a beating, listen to a beating heart. Yeah, it goes on like that.
Fantastic. Yeah.
It's very good, isn't it?
Yeah, you're really drawn to her, and you've sketched her out rather well. So, yeah, I mean, you're drawn to her, and now I'm getting drawn to her.
Very good. Do you want a little rest your voice for a while, Jim, and come on later?
Yeah.
Or, okay.
Yeah. No, I'm quite prepared to talk. I mean, I've not hurt my voice doing that by any means. I'm okay actually. I mean, I've got a second song a bit later on. Yeah, sometime.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
yeah,
it's up to you. We've got loads of time tonight, so but if
yeah,
you
well,
know,
sometime in the future, you can just
Yeah.
say, give you a second song, and I'll do that as well.
excellent. Okay, thank you.
I'm relying on maybe you to send me an email which has got this recording. I can use it and maybe send it off somewhere. Is that
now,
possible?
Peter, is that possible?
Yes, I can.
Yeah.
Cut
Okay.
it out of the main.
Cut it out now. Cut it out.
Cut it out. Yes.
Very
If you
good.
could do that, you could send me an email with this like thingy and whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cheers.
Okay.
Make a note now.
Okay. Can we move over to the library and speak to Nick? He's got all his books behind him.
Hello.
Nick, have you got any poems for us, please?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes,
please. Yes, please.
Yeah. So these are like fairly recent ones. Last week or so. This is The Lark. A little freedom from the earth, where air is thick enough to fly. Your song, a ruse to divert threats as you feign imagined injury. But you are still bound, constrained, and liable to all we've done. The plastics and pollution. You think you're free, inviolate, but reality will bring you down. Your nesting place bulldozed flat, your foodstuff sprayed with toxins. There's no escaping ignorance, your lack of economic foresight. Where was your schooling, little bird? Did you fail to fight the planning application? Did you not attend the protest march? There's no one but yourself to blame, and nowhere left to fly to. And this is an acrostic. This is an old one. This is like Saturday. It's called Impermanence. In between disasters, growing accustomed to the status quo, meditating on a loved one's gentle breathing, peace has been brokered. Let it last. Elsewhere, tensions are mounting, postures taken. Relationships are rarely built to last. Moving away to find some solace in the solitude and ease back into routine and rut. Never entirely satisfied with life. Even now, an opportunity arises. Now, this place where you can act, clasped between the future and the past, existing between memories and dreams. And this one was yesterday on the way to my dentist. You got to write a poem on the way to the dentist. I mean, you got nothing else to do. They're in Parsons Green, which is a long way away as well. So it's called Wapping Pier. A 12-foot metal box on its floating pontoon. Inside, we find a steel tray, complete with drain and rubber hose, returning leaking fluids to the river to rejoin the souls of those they process here. A stop-off point for the careless, for suicides and victims. Perhaps it might be kinder to let the river finish what it started, but there are forms to be filled, riddles to be solved, relatives to be informed, and rights to be enacted. For some, velvet-lined oak and brass, near to family under mown grass, fresh flowers by headstones carved with messages of love.
You're cheerful when you go to the dentist, aren't you?
Yes.
Oh, I was reading a book on mudlarking and it taught me something about Wapping Pier that I didn't know. So I thought I'd share it.
I loved your one about the bird, the lark, the skylark. I don't know if you've ever been to the Tate Britain. There's a gallery of birds paintings, and there's one there, quite modern, of all these dead birds on a field, and that just reminded me of what you were, because of the chemicals, and they'd all died. It's quite stark and terrible, but yeah, I think it's a good poem. I liked it.
And it's so well observed because a lark will do that. It actually flies away and pretends it's wounded to distract the others from its nest on the ground. Yeah, it's a very well observed poem. It's a beautiful poem, actually. Well done, Nick. Nice one. Well, they were all good. They were all good, but the lark I especially liked because of its accuracy and what it means and what we do into nature sometimes. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Nick.
Yeah, it's the unfeelingness and uncaringness of man I was trying to.
Yeah. Yeah, and the other ones, the one about the pontoon, you know, the floating thing. Not many people touch on suicide and ended up in the river, but you know, poets need to talk about everything, I think. You know, especially to do with mental health and sadness, and yeah. Okay, thanks, Nick. That's good.
And body fluids and drains. It's very important.
Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. Bit of effluent. We live in an effluent society, don't we?
Yes.
Getting more so.
Yeah, I think one of the things about poetry I find is it's exorcism is the word I tend to use. A lot of the stuff I do is exorcism. I feel a lot of people do it wittingly or unwittingly. They're sort of exercising unpleasant things and stuff like that. It's very interesting. It's actually a very good way and kind of it works actually. I think poetry works in that respect.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a very good outlet, isn't it? To
yeah.
What we're thinking and feeling. Sue, can we hear you, please?
Yes, definitely. I'll do your poem that I did for you, George, which
thank you.
Which was the I hope I've got this right. I mean, I might not have done, but anyway, you can tell me. I call it Held.
Right.
Hold this moment, hold on fast. Fast disappearing, fast as lightning. Lightning speed, lightning never strikes twice. Twice baked, twice as nice. Nice work if you can get it, nice as pie. Pie-eyed, pie face. Face the music, face to face with you. You and me. You are the only one. One to watch, one to hold. Hold this moment.
Excellent. That's really good.
I like that. It was really fun to do that, actually.
It is fun to do, and you've really got the.
I just wanted it to be circular, but yeah, it was really fun. So thank you for that. So I'll go to something a bit darker. I had a stroke when I was 49. I think you probably all know. And it took me a long time to write about it, but I have written some stuff. And this one's called Intercession. Death came to me, late autumn, at first light. He gripped me briefly, said, "Not yet, daughter. This is not your time." His touch was sharp, electric blue, dry as a cave, cathedral cold, myrrh scented, irresistible. When he surrendered me and I was sure that he had gone, I got up, stood beside my bed, breath quiet with gratitude, with miracle. And morning went on in the street outside. His touch was faint. The stain of him took longer to remove. He will return. I hover, newborn, in between the worlds.
That is excellent. Thank you.
And this is called, I had a terrible time in the summer. I couldn't write anything. I had complete writer's block. And I wrote about it. I think the way out of it was writing about it.
Yeah.
How hard it is to write a poem. Erasure, it's called. Erasure. Between the midnight and the dawn, a trail which leads down to the sea. Immense dark ocean, chilling stars. I've never felt so lonely and so small, so breathless, fractured, sour. The pale arms of my muse are sinking deep below this nightshade ink. And all my poem's bones are left out for the moon, abandoned to the wolves. I've hacked away each thought, each line, each word. What's left is only white space, white space, white space.
Lovely. Very, very good. Very good. Three good poems there. I mean, you really got the structure of that duplex repetite.
Oh, good. I'm glad because I enjoyed doing that. It was fun. Yeah.
And the stroke poem was so meaningful. Just
I just need
amazing.
to really. Yeah.
But when you have a big trauma in your life, and you kind of makes you evaluate everything, doesn't it? Really.
Absolutely changed.
I love that poem.
That's when I started writing poetry. It was just that was my way of.
We made a big hit with Nick. Made a big hit with Nick there. He loved that one.
Yes. Yeah.
I think we did with all of us.
Give me the goosebumps actually, which is a good thing.
Good.
Absolutely. Thank you, Sue. That's really good. I think you're entitled to have a fallow period after writing stuff like that, I'll tell you. Yeah, it's really good. Mohammed, good evening. You're muted.
Good evening, and
good evening.
Thank you for saying good evening, because we're trying to make it a good evening, an evening of goodness and good thoughts, good feelings, although it's very cold. Last few days, things have gone towards 0 degree. The other day I didn't have a heavy coat on, so I was shivering quite a bit, shivering in the morning, because I go to work very early in the morning. But I've got my heavy coat out, so it's slightly better now. And the evening is cold, but it can be a good evening indeed. So, and happy to be with you, my friends. Oh, I get by with a little help from my friends. Yes, I get high with a little help from my friends. Oh, I'm gonna try with a little help from my friends, with a little help from my friends. Right. So, my friends, I have recently published again in the HQ Poetry Magazine. And so page 31 has some of my haiku. And so these I wrote when I was in Arabia, basically during Hajj. And yeah, the title is For Hajj Haiku. From Medina to blessed Mecca, linking prayers. Okay. No rain now, the sun or Shiraj revives our blood. And the third, Jeddah or Riyadh, all Arabian towns, just oases. And then this is a variation on Basher's famous frog in the pond haiku. By the greenest trees, a leaping beast finds water. People hear the splash. Okay, thank you. And Remembrance Day was just the other day, so I was just looking at my understanding of war and the impact of war, soldiers, and those who gave their lives for all civilization, I suppose. So this is called Real Life, War Heroes. I aim to be real, walking over pavement, checking my stride and possessions, checking my checking. They checked posts and their pilgrim status, found a bullet in the flesh to be soft sacrifice. We salute after their passing, slow to be fully aware, and we face the bomb to be dropped when we're not looking. Or as we gaze, no laughter showing, at it fully in the face. Chucking away good logic, we wax grim, accepting a muffin from a disaster in ladies' clothes. Our boffins and texperts see in oceans full of logic, never wanting to be retrograde or wanting their boot. I game and wheeled, marching in my territories, wanting it all. They booted with heavy boots, socks soaked in blood, heads up, watching the sky, too near or far, depending on. Heads down, marking mud and muddle, throwing darts at targets, the violins played, every sharp note bringing home to the regimentals. I pick up from my Strain and Strauss, the Bach, Bone, and Lettons. The romantic pictures tell the tale of force and after tattles. A sequence of born images marks the nth no-digit death number. Avoiding time wasted and hocus, I head out of trenches to Starlight. They backed their fronts and backing to position and cock triggers. A flight of a bomber left behind any flock of singing birds. The darkest skies shed shades of the delicate and thunder deafened. Too close, and we got born to salute. Bloodlet on the palate. The weak will of man will suffer fools to feel for destruction. When ramparts break and chasms call, the response should be to run up to danger, not run away. Arms flailing in pretend joy, I'll be real, lopsided by pained earth, but upright for their kind of fight.
Mohammed, that is a terrific poem. That is amazing, terrific, great.
Thank you.
The way you use sound so much, the way you took it on, it was just an amazing poem. Thank you. I loved it. I don't know if anyone else felt the same, but yeah, excellent. Thank you. Privileged to have heard that one. Can read it every time you come on. You know, maybe we're tearful now. Yeah. Anyway.
Thanks, George. Thank you. Thank you all.
It's amazing. Yeah. Are you going to do another one, or you're going to do part 2, or it's up to you if you want to spread it out into part 2 if you like. It's up to you.
Yeah, I'll do more in part 2. I've got a quick one if I can put that in. Yeah. All right.
All right.
Okay. Then. So this is called Let's Go. Let's go to town and have a super time. Lovers together, holding hand in rhyme. We'll be glad and spend a bit of time loving together in the air so fine. Always wanted to, and we've thought it through. Catch the bus to do under grays and blues. Let's get back home, loving thoughts and clues. Watch the garden gnomes. Watch a film or two.
Very good. Lovely. Gentle. Nice.
Thank you.
Right. Peter, have you got anything for us, please?
Yeah, I'm going to read a couple of poems by Sir Walter Raleigh.
All right.
What is our life? What is our life? It is a play of passion. What is our mirth? The music of division. Our mothers, they the tiring houses be, where we are dressed for time's short tragedy. Earth is the stage. Heaven the spectator is, who doth behold whoever doth act amiss. The graves that hide us from the parching sun are but drawn curtains till the play is done. A farewell to false love. Farewell, false love, thou oracle of lies, a mortal foe, an enemy to rest, an envious boy from whom all cares arise, a bastard born, a beast with rage possessed, a way of error, a temple full of treason, in all effects contrary unto reason, a poisoned serpent covered all with flowers, mother of sighs and murderer of repose, a sea of sorrows from whence are drawn such showers as moisture lends to every grief that grows, a school of guile, a nest of deep deceit, a gilded hook that holds a poisoned bait, a fortress foiled whom reason did defend, a siren's song, a fever of the mind, a maze wherein affection finds no end, a ranging cloud that runs before the wind, a substance like the shadow of the sun, a goal of grief for which the wisest run. And Sir Walter Raleigh to his son. 3 things there be that prosper all apace, and flourish while they are asunder far, but on a day they meet all in a place, and when they meet, they one another mar. And they be these, the wood, the weed, the wag. The wood is that makes the gallows tree. The weed is that strings the hangman's bag. The wag, my pretty knave, betokens thee. Now mark, dear boy, while these assemble not, green springs the tree, hemp grows, the wag is wild. But when they meet, it makes the timber rot, it frets the halter, and it chokes the child.
Oh, thank you, Peter.
Can I just do one more?
Yeah, sure.
Not written by Salvador Raleigh. This is anonymous. If breath were made for every man to buy, if breath were made for every man to buy, the poor man would not live, rich would not die.
Thank you, Peter. That one you did about the forced love, you know, it sounded like you almost saw what Elizabeth was going to do to him. You know, someone who chucks their cloak onto a pond so she can walk across it, and then she goes and chops his head off. Sounds a bit gross to me, but there again. Right, I'm going to go back to a poem I wrote, and I've probably read before, but it takes me back to some. It's not entirely about my youth, but it's got bits of my youth in it. It's called The Youth Club Dance. On the edge of uncertainty, he crossed the hall, Cuban heels drumming on the wooden floor, dodging and skirting wheeling dancers with a heartbeat faster than the rhythm of I Saw Her Standing There, making every effort at studied insouciance, formulating the right approach to the girl he'd spotted, second from the end in a long line of bashful girls all waiting to be asked, and none wanted to be forward, like some of those laughing factory girls, dancing round their white handbags, shouting at the scared boys, "Come on, you lot, don't you want a bit? Dance, I mean," shrilling above the tall vibrating speakers. He searched his brain for words to say. "Do you want to dance?" blurted from his mouth. "Don't mind," she said, to an encouraging shove from her friends. They moved, imitating those ready, steady go dancers, bumping elbows and hips in the throng amidst the aroma of body heat, talc, tobacco, and Old Spice, absorbing the echoes and distortions of the sound system, checking each other out. He asked her name. She could not hear, so nodded and smiled. There seemed no point in shouting back. If only they'd play a slow one, we'd be close enough to talk, he thought, close enough to her slender body, close to those cobalt eyes, rosy lips and swinging hips. All that was left was the chance to achieve what was beyond his grasp, when of a sudden, through malice or default, an arm being behind pushed him forward, and off his balance, his hand landed on her breast. She reeled back onto the unkind fire extinguisher. She gasped in pain to be submerged by a mass of her concerned friends. "Sorry, so sorry," he shouted, then retreated into the far side shadows. "Saw that," said his consoling friend. "Not your fault, it was that fat geezer over there. But nothing can assuage the shame and guilt of the failed accomplishments of the young. Perhaps some night, not this night, he'd take that step into adulthood, repudiating twin fears of rejection and commitment. This night, he'd stroll home with his mates, claiming he could have had her if he had wanted to." Yeah. A lot of insecurity in that one, which I think all teenage boys go through. This is a true honours list. What it is to stand in awe of those who give their lives to ensure that others might live. The patient women who forego their lives to nurse and to care so another thrives. The young who put their lives on the line so freedom's light might continue to shine. Doctors working hard in bombed out wards, disregarding the bullets, the knives and the swords. Drivers ferrying food to the hungry, despite the threats of the rich and angry. None will be granted medals or knighthoods. Their goodness is masked by media falsehoods. And just to finish up, walking through an evening field. This night, the air smells of cut grass, and I wave goodbye to a season. That which is fresh is not made to last, be that life or sense or reason. For now I inhale what little remains of the sweet scent of the new mown hay, and count the losses and the gains, while I cherish the remains of this day. Too soon the hues all around will alter, the sky will adopt a dimmer shade. The hours of light will start to falter, the petals of summer begin to fade. Dusk arrives, I dwell on love and pass across his field of new mown grass. Right, break time.
Yeah, actually, George, when you said the phase that the teenage boys go through, I know at least one octogenarian who goes through these kind of phases as well. Yeah. Oh, by the way, if I stop video, that just means my picture goes off. It doesn't mean I'm cut off.
No,
Okay, Jim.
Is that, I'm just asking the question.
yes.
Yeah. You saw. Yeah. Yes. I'm still.
We can
Yeah,
still hear you.
there. You're still there. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Cheers. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
See.
But we spend
I love that last poem, George. It was really beautiful. It was beautifully written.
Oh, walking through the evening field. Yeah, it's a sonnet. It's a sonnet. Yeah.
It's absolutely gorgeous. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like your normal
Stick in
stuff,
my
is it?
sonnets.
Sorry.
I never gave permission for that.
Yeah. Good. Yeah.
But
no,
I'm gonna write hard.
With our lovely singer Jim.
Yeah.
Jim.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. The second song. I mean, I might just put in actually a poem, maybe if there's time later on. But I do two voices, like trying to do a mock female type voice. It's called Watching Some Old Movie. It's actually based on a landlady. We weren't lovers, but I was very fond of her. It's called Watching Some Old Movie. I wish I was as happy now as I once used to be. You and me in a darkened room, watching some old movie. You and me in a darkened room, watching some old movie. You clapped to see some cowboys ride across a swollen river. The world was always black and white when we were still together. The world was always black and white when we were still together. I thought our love would never die, for love should last forever. But you went on your separate way and crossed that swollen river. And I went on my separate way and crossed that swollen river. And as the years went rolling by, I thought you'd phone or write. And I often dreamt I saw your face in the small hours of the night. And I often dreamt I saw your face in the small hours of the night. When you lay on that hospice bed, you couldn't even raise your head. We talked about the times we'd had, the good, the average, and the bad. This life is like a passing dream, but memories last forever. So we still see those cowboys ride across that swollen river. Yes, we still see those cowboys ride across that swollen river. I wish I was as happy now as I once used to be. You and me in a darkened room, you and me in a darkened room, watching some old movie, watching some old movie, watching some old movie. Yeah, that's it. Right. Thanks a lot.
Very good, Jim. You've worked on that a bit, haven't you? Because I heard that about 6 months ago, but it's better.
Yeah, I kind of yeah, I mean, I didn't realize I'd read it before actually, but I mean, it's the first time I've probably sung it or tried to sing it. I mean, I can't sing, but I can intone it. You know, put the whatever that sort of thing.
But I love the end bit. You know, the hospice bed, because it takes you to another direction, doesn't it? You sing it's like a long lost love, and then it introduces a new element. It's very good.
It's based on the meeting actually in the hospice bed. Yeah.
You've got another one, you said, or?
Oh no, yeah. This is just basically a poem, a straightforward poem. Yeah, this will be the last one then. It's called "The Bonfire of My Vanities," a chair's tale. I remember clear as any dream, stretching forth my arms, imperious and serene, owning the very land on which I stood, listening to the childish whispers of my leaves. But then, at the very height of my grace, there came a sudden chainsaw death, the desecration of my roots, the rearrangement of my wooden bones. in a mocking resurrection as a kitchen chair. But I served my master well. A decade passed. He wed. In time, there came a purgatory of kicks, the near abuse of children's rowdy games, 2 adult voices fanning flames of hate. More decades passed. His wife and children left. Alone, he faced the window, watched the swaying trees, talked about the unity of branches, trunks and leaves. But then one day, I felt my owner's shocked demise, the gnarled abrasive hands, the scoring nails, the clutch at life, the fall which sent me crashing to the floor. Since that time, I've glimpsed his flung ashes rise, seeking to the garden, access to the garden and the sky, a fate I'm duty bound to share. This very night, in fact, his wife and grown-up children have agreed I'll be recycled on a pyre where I will break and scatter arms and seat and legs and back. I will be legion. I'll spit and crack with spiteful rage. My ashes free to circulate will rise and drift amongst the branches, touch the disbelieving leaves, and I will taunt them, whispering, Brethren, do not be so free. I too, like you, was once a tree.
You're the only bloke I know who can get such passion out of an old chair, Jim.
That's very good.
Good. Really good. Thank you. Nick, please.
Okay. So I've got a little haiku, since Mohammed's did some earlier. This is a tattoo haiku. The Prague tattooists do not always sign their work. Unsigned checks abound.
That's a bit broad.
Yeah, it's not my best haiku.
Bit up the pole, isn't it? That one.
It probably won't appear in any magazines.
No.
Ever. My guess.
No, send it into Tattooist Monthly.
Tattooist Monthly.
Well, I was maybe my mind's a bit sick. It took me straight to the Holocaust, but that's very.
It's very sick. I was not intended at all.
Right.
This one's called Heaven on Earth. There's nothing in the sky but solar satellites that fly in orbits destined to decay, and a moon that slips away a little further every year, as though to get away from here, from the earth before it dies, choked on stupidity and lies, where false hopes and belief offer only temporary relief.
Very good.
And this one's called Grandad. Grandad sat there stirring thoughts into his slowly cooling coffee cup, waiting for the next deep sigh to break. But when asked the reason why, he would just shake his head and smile as though sadness was entombed. He told us once his feelings were dangled from fleeting thoughts he lacked the agility to catch. But he didn't put it quite like that. He shrugged and muttered, "Buggered if I know."
Very good.
One world. I haven't lived your life, suffered as you have. I lost my childhood friends and peers slowly, whittled down by disease and depression. I lost only one young, to a soulless motor car. The others at least reached that age at which we all agree to confer adult status. But I wasn't born in a place where they shoot children, drop bombs on apartment blocks to wipe out political opponents before they're toilet trained. I have not been radicalized by such hate. I have not felt injustice boiling up inside, but I have felt it simmer as I have tried to understand the men who do such things, to gain and prolong their avarice for power.
Wow, that's so good, Nick.
And to end on a slightly happier note, just flaying alive. This is St. Bartholomew's birch. It's about a tree. It's all right. The tree has taken years to open itself. Branches and trunk curled back like flayed skin, exposing its marrow-sucked soul to the air. And still it plans to return next spring as though nothing extraordinary had occurred. Just a choice to live that way, to wear beetles on the outside, pump sap through the carved opens curve, and let sunlight warm the core wood, as if nothing unusual had been revealed, but love.
Very good. I thought that was going to go down in that sort of Catholic boarding school route first of all, St. Bartholomew's birch.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm glad it isn't.
No, it's a silver birch in the park, and it's just
right.
Yeah, the trunk's kind of curved open.
Yeah,
so, and the branches as well.
I think you showed that's Kelsey Park, isn't it? Is that the one?
Yeah,
yeah. Beautiful tree, just by the gate, isn't it? As you go in.
Yeah, it's around the back, but it is a surprising tree.
True.
I don't know why it's grown that way. But,
right.
Simply thinking of the S&M.
Maybe it just wants to feel the sun inside.
Right. Okay. Right. Okay, Nick. Thank you very much. Some good poems there. Thank you. Sue, have you got any more for us, please?
I do. I've got 3. Is that okay?
Excellent. Yeah.
A short one to start with. It's about writing again, about writing a poem. Hive. All night, tongue-tied, though the moon speaks silver. But come the dawn, wild words are humming. And when I'm walking, sun bright on my back, bee swarms gather, flower scented. It's then the words fly in. I stand within my shadow, listen. Now there's honeycomb inside me, sweet, so sweet, yet porous, brittle, swiftly broken. How shall I hold this precious brimming? Then there is this one, which is, I think I probably read this to you before, but I've changed it slightly. It's called Don't Take a Poet Out for Lunch. Don't take a poet out for lunch, for we are balanced on a cliff edge, dreaming sunsets, midnight, autumn leaves, incessant rain, collecting petals, feathers, photos, scraps of paper, metaphors. Disjointed lines we reposition fruitlessly and endlessly. Don't take a poet out for lunch, for we are always gently probing, though we do not analyze. It isn't motives we are looking for, but words. A path, a coup de foudre, a change of key, some nuanced mood. Be warned that everything you give away ends up as stanza fuel. But mostly we are lost, all hunting for our faces in a foxed, uncertain mirror. So don't ever play the game of saying what you think, for there is no safe answer. Everything you offer up, however helpful, soothing, apposite, it's never quite enough. And the last one is called When All Else Fails. And this was written after we'd been in the loft looking at things that needed tidying out. When all else fails, there'll be a box file somewhere, torn and battered, hiding in the loft. A folder stuffed with learnt behavior, instructions for a life no longer lived. And there will be a tacit suitcase living quietly in an upstairs room, not going out, but filled with freedom, your beloved letters, photographs. A half-read bookcase neatly ordered, life's expectations set in formal ink, our deviations softly penciled, written in the margins of each page. When all else fails, there's still a moon, your smile that briefly burns a flame, a morning sky that rips me open, the poem's words that make me cry. Everywhere, life's endless static, tedium that cannot be tuned out. But there is music, still the thrilling opera of my heart.
Wow.
Okay, thank you.
Lovely.
I love the phrases you come up with. Things like I stand within my shadow.
Thank you. Bless you.
The 3 poems, you know, the sun on your back and the honeycomb, and how the poet will absorb what's spoken,
It's how it comes to you, doesn't it? When you're walking, sometimes you just get an idea, and I think I was trying to write about that. Yeah.
Really lovely. Thank you, Sue.
Thank you.
Nice. Thanks.
Thanks all.
Mohammed. Yes. What do you have for us, please?
Yes, I I think I should start this session with 3 tankers that now these are in an online website that I have joined, and I've been writing to post these basically for a while now, a few years. They're based in California. Okay, so and they have a prompt every day. There's a different prompt. So this prompt is rainy local lake, geese and swans swing and gab, big drops through the pane, clouds gain pure gold lining, hot pie and the kettle's on. Okay, this subject is windy country, wishing willows swaying heads, paper cups tumble along leaves scuttle lanes, gulls shiver and dive for bites. And this one is we circle around. So this one's supposed to have a sort of prosy start, a bit of prose at the beginning, and then the tanka. The prose bit goes, direction is determined like a wandering particle, finding doors to open, leaving things to chance. Thousands of opportunities face the likes of me. The siding smirkers are fought away, and I become a band of gold. Matter has a go at me, then lets me go. It's a boon and baboon in disguise, gladdening wee me. I can hear the silence after my swish, wish, wish, past some earthly leaves before passage through all space. And then the tanker, I turn outside moons, a wisp but a gallant stamp. I'll come round in a segment of black space with all the basic queries. Okay.
Thank you, Mohammed. That's I love that line. It's a boon and a baboon in disguise.
It's an intentional alliteration because I just had to say it. You know,
what's Nick? Nick's flashing something up there. What are you flashing up there, Nick? He's flashing something up there.
It's a mug, isn't it? It's a mug.
It's a mug. It talks about Mohammed there.
The man, the myth, the legend. Oh wow!
Oh wow!
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, your poems are wonderful. I mean, the one you did about the Hajj as well, I was very impressed with that as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love that haiku sequence. Really good.
Oh, thanks very much.
In part 2, the one you just done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well, Peter, we're coming round to you now.
Can I have your indulgence to do something different? It'll take 4 minutes. It's introducing someone new, or someone old. This is Mrs. Scott Siddons, who was a 19th century actress and professional reciter, recited Longfellow's King Robert of Sicily many times. And this is going to be a film of her doing the second part of it. So far, King Robert has defied God. He's been replaced on the throne by a doppelganger angel. He has been made court fool. And the final lines of the first, or the final words of the first section are that everything has turned to dust and ashes at his touch.
Right.
Not sure whether we have to do this, but let's see.
Come in.
She's moving.
Not yet. It's a bit frozen.
Yes, she's very frozen. She can move. Oh,
Maybe she hasn't got a lot to say. Maybe she said it all many years ago.
Oh, well, that didn't work then. Video file, continuity, sound.
Could you read it for her, or is that
No, I mean, the whole point is her reading it.
Oh yes, okay, yes, true.
Yes. So video file, open.
I just wanted you to be a Victorian lady for 5 seconds.
My video file.
Technology.
No, I can't see why it isn't working. Oh, there, I've got to press that. Yeah.
Oh, right,
Days
okay.
came and went, and now returned again to Sicily, the old Saturnian reign. Under the angel's governance benign, the happy island danced with corn and wine, and deep within the mountain's burning breast, Enceladus the giant was at rest. Meanwhile King Robert yielded to his fate, sullen and silent and disconsolate. Dressed in the motley garb that jesters wear, with looks bewildered and a vacant stare, close shaven above the ears as monks are shorn, by courtiers mocked, by pages laughed to scorn, his only friend the ape, his only food, what others left, he still was unsubdued. And when the angel met him on his way, and half in earnest, half in jest would say, sternly, though tenderly, that he may feel the velvet scabbard held a sword of steel, art thou the king? The passion of his woe burst from him in resistless overflow, and lifting high his forehead, he would fling the haughty answer back, I am the king. Almost 3 years were ended, when there came ambassadors of great repute and name, from Valmond, Emperor of Almain, unto King Robert, saying that Pope Urbain by letter summoned them forthwith to come on Holy Thursday to his city of Rome. The angel with great joy received his guests, and gave them presents of embroidered vests and velvet mantles with rich ermine lined, and rings and jewels of the rarest kind. Then he departed with them o'er the sea into the lovely land of Italy, whose loveliness was more resplendent made by the mere passing of that cavalcade, with plumes and cloaks and housings, and the stir of jewelled bridle and of golden spur. And lo, among the menials, in mock estate, upon a piebald steed, with shambling gait, his cloak of foxtails flapping in the wind, the solemn ape demurely perched behind, King Robert rode, making huge merriment in all the country towns through which they went. The Pope received them with great pomp and blare of bannered trumpets on St. Peter's Square, giving his benediction and embrace, fervent and full of apostolic grace, while with congratulations and with prayers he entertained the angel unawares. Robert, the jester, bursting through the crowd, into their presence rushed and cried aloud, I am the king! Look and behold in me Robert, your brother, king of Sicily. The man who wears my semblance to your eyes is an impostor in the king's disguise. Do you not know me? Does no voice within answer my cry and say that we are kin? The Pope, in silence, but with troubled mien, gazed at the angel's countenance serene. The emperor, laughing, said, "'Tis strange sport to keep a madman for thy fool at court." And the poor baffled jester in disgrace was hustled back among the populace. In solemn state the Holy Week went by, and Easter Sunday gleamed upon the sky. The presence of the angel with its light, before the sun rose, made the city bright, and with new fervour filled the hearts of men who felt that Christ indeed had risen again. Even the jester, on his bed of straw, with haggard eyes the unwonted splendour saw. He felt within a power unfelt before, and kneeling humbly on his chamber floor, he heard the rushing garments of the Lord sweep through the silent air, ascending heavenward. And now the visit ending, and once more Valmond returning to the Danube's shore, homeward the angel journeyed, and again the land was made resplendent with his train, flashing along the towns of Italy unto Salerno, and from there by sea. And when once more within Palermo's wall, and seated on the throne in his great hall, he heard the Angelus from convent towers, as if the better world conversed with ours, he beckoned to King Robert to draw nigher, and with a gesture bade the rest retire. And when they were alone, the angel said, "Art thou the king?" Then, bowing down his head, King Robert crossed both hands upon his breast, and meekly answered him, "Thou knowest best. My sins as scarlet are. Let me go hence, and in some cloistered school of penitence, across those stones that pave the way to heaven, walk barefoot, till my guilty soul is shriven." The angel smiled, and from his radiant face a holy light illumined all the place, and through the open window loud and clear they heard the monks chant in the chapel near, above the stir and tumult of the street. He hath put down the mighty from their seat, and hath exalted them of low degree. And through the chant a second melody rose, like the throbbing of a single string. I am an angel, and thou art the king. King Robert, who was standing near the throne, lifted his eyes, and lo, he was alone, but all apparelled as in days of old, with ermine mantle and with cloth of gold. And when his courtiers came, they found him there, kneeling upon the floor, absorbed in silent prayer.
Wow.
Is it?
Well,
That's
No.
amazing.
feel
No.
very
I
privileged.
mean, decades after that, they were just going, Mary had a little lamb.
Amazing. It's so
It's much better than
fantastic
that.
rhyming, isn't it? It's just
Yeah.
so cool. It's brilliant.
And no
Tremendous,
auto cue, all done without any auto cue. And
Well, it is actually AI.
oh, it's
Oh,
AI,
it is.
Orlando recorded the poem.
right?
I then played around with it, took out the bass notes and added the crackles to make it sound as though it was a wax cylinder.
Ah,
It's a photograph of Mrs. Scott Siddons,
Yes.
who was all her photographs is sort of profile. So I turned the face round and then wrote it up.
lip synced it all. She's lip syncing.
Yes, and just typed in what I wanted, and the program
That is
produced
scary.
that.
That's
I
scary.
was going to say it was AI, and then I thought, no, that's really mean.
Although,
Yeah, okay.
although it was very good, I didn't think it was quite totally convincing because you watch
It's a bit
carefully.
modern, wasn't it? It was something
Yeah,
slightly
the
modern
technology
about
wouldn't-
it. Yeah.
They wouldn't
There
have had
wasn't
that
a lot of movement for an actress to,
Well,
you
she
know.
was sitting down.
I know, but in terms of
It's a great poem, though, isn't it? I
projecting the
don't know.
words, I would have thought there'd be more hand movements.
It's a fantastic.
But yeah,
poem.
I mean, she's
Great.
obviously Victorian.
I
She
learned
wouldn't
to
have had
do
that
well.
technology then, would she? She wouldn't have had that. They were barely taking photographs, really, in the 1860s.
Very
when-
good fun. Yeah.
There are
Very
lots
good.
of photographs
Very.
of her, like carte de visite and all that. So yes, there were a lot of photographs around, but
Wow.
Mm. Well, Peter, you're now gone down as the great hoaxer now, aren't you?
Yeah.
yeah,
dear,
now that's
dear.
out on the internet. It'll be everywhere by Friday.
New artwork. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah.
When I
But it is
hear
amazing.
Jim singing like John Denver, I'll know you've been affecting his music.
but it's amazing what you can do with AI. I mean, I'm just using a program available on the internet.
Ah.
You've got something that's like that. That is eye movements, lip syncing.
Well, thank you for that. It's really interesting. So thanks. It's quite an experience listening to that.
Thank you for listening to it.
Yeah. Very
So
good.
how much did the electricity cost to do that?
Well, that's the other thing, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah. Terrifying. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Right.
Isn't people's fault. They've already wrecked the planet by building the model.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a poem written by a gentleman called Roger, who goes to the writing group I go to. He's in his late 70s, and he has a history of mental health issues, and it's he wrote this poem, and I think it's great because it's written from his own experiences. It's called Morning Storm with Bipolar. It was the crackle of thunder that drew me outside. Everywhere was large in this late dawn. The bracken trailed scents across my face. Beyond the headland was a tangible black cloud, like last to leave the party slouching away as I watched the noise evaporate. It was easy to be brave, with loud mouth gone. The stand of woodland made a strong outline, a facade for this palace of early morning. I had the authority to call up sleep or to reject the idea of sleep. In this other place, this hospital of dormitories with cubicles of yellow painted walls made to fence in the art of not sleeping, I had left my bed. Nor that this time being a walker on the sands in the early brightness of the morning, but a stagnant night traveller through the silent ward. Sharp shadows surround things. Tired eyes flicker, then stare. While I, the walking awake, nods good morning to the night duty who go to make some toast. After the threat of the storm had gone, there was enough time to cross the paths and brown streams and follow them down to the sea. The disturbed sky had gone, the light was bright, the time and place for the small birds to move at the edge of the tide, their continuous sound filling the air. I am stood, that solitary figure in the sun, not threatened with requiring to sleep or to make reasons why not to sleep. I mean, I think that takes so many places and moods in that poem. I don't think I can't remember how many of those weird poems I did Sue the other day. I've got 3 of them. I'll leave them for now. Done that one recently. Oh yeah. Morning walk. I walk through the lanes of soggy summer, looking over stone walls, thinking in my buttoned up coat whether the sheep was sheared too early, and imagining if I'd been picnicking in the park had I stayed in the warm, and imagining if I'd be picnicking in the park had I stayed in the warm climes of my southern city. Here the white elderflowers still emerge from the just newly sprung hedges, and hazelnuts and blackberries are still only fantasies. While up above, insect-seeking swallows wheel and dive the barren sky fruitlessly. Would I change this mossy greenery, if such were in my power? Ignore the tinkling streams on each side of the crumbling tarmac? No, I'll wait in step with nature's timing. That's it. And one more. It's called There But for Fortune. I borrowed the first line. The town hall clock stands at 10 to 3. A strange poet writes of misery, and all around the shop doors, thin figures stare at what's now yours. You've been paid, your account is good. Trees can be seen through your own wood. You have coins to jingle and some to spare, yet ignore the beseeching palm that's there. The strange poet in you starts to cry at how it is now you, at how it is you now walk by. For what's there? For that's where you once stood before, and could again by 4:30. Right, that's it. Sorry, I messed that end up. My excuse is I stayed up all night watching the cricket, so and I'm going to do the same tonight.
Yeah.
Get the coffee going.
Yeah.
Well, it's been lovely.
Great fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Very nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you all.
Sometimes it works just as well having a small group, doesn't it?
Nice, isn't it? Quite nice because you have a chance to make comments, which is we never did before, which was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Yeah.
Well, have a good weekend, everybody.
Yeah, have a good weekend.
Take
And
care.
you, Sue.
Bye,
Take care
everyone.
now.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye then.
Bye.
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 Nick's little model.
Yeah, second childhood. What am I doing?
Yeah.
Good.